still going. Curtis to aim for, it's clipped towards the Irishman, in towards the box for Marquis! Wow! John Marquis in the 95th minute, surely books Pompey's place at Wembley once more. The holders are going back to Wembley. An incredible second half, an incredible 15 minutes at Fratton Park. 5 goals, and it's Pompey destined to return to the home of football again.
So he scored the goal which booked Portsmouth place at Wembley more than a year ago. John Marquis, first of all, it's been a hell of a wait for this final, hasn't it? How glad are you that it's finally around the corner now?
Yeah, obviously we booked our place in the final in dramatic fashion, and we felt like at the time that we was going to get the opportunity to go to Wembley. A lot of the lads that had already been there and stuff had previously won it the year before, so it was an occasion we was all looking forward to. Obviously expected a lot of fans. I think Portsmouth had sold sort of 50,000 tickets, and then a global pandemic comes along, puts a stop to not only this cup competition but a delay to the season and the ending of the season. But thankfully we've been able to get back to playing football regularly this season, and now we've got a cup final to look forward to at Wembley, albeit slightly different circumstances than we maybe expected, but the opportunity to win a trophy, even if it's a year down the line, it's something that we're looking forward to.
What are your memories of that game against Exeter, though? It was a special atmosphere that night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. And funny enough, I think it's a year ago today, I see Portsmouth tweet about it. So a year ago today, and it's it was a great game for a neutral, I suppose. Bit edgy playing in it. It was pretty eventless, really, for the first sort of 70 minutes, and it was just like a game of basketball for the last 20-25. So as I say, it was a good one sort of for the neutral to watch, go behind twice. Sort of you think the game's gone when they go 2-1 ahead with the 90th minute ticking on, and then to score 2 goals in added time, sort of to score 1 goal and to take it to penalties would have been a good achievement, but to score 2 goals and win it, and not needing the penalty shootout, it was surreal to play. And again, obviously every game at Fratton Park when we got our fans there, especially under the lights, is a special occasion. And the fans, we get sort of 18,000 every week. There was still an amazing turnout for that game, and Exeter brought a fair chunk of fans as well. Fair play to them on a Tuesday night, and as I say, eventless for 70 minutes, and then you wouldn't want to turn it off for the last 25. So good memories, and as I say, we've got a final to look forward to now.
Yeah, and the goal as well, the winning goal. Can you talk us through that? Can you remember it well? So long after it actually happened. I mean, is that something that you do? Do you recollect all of your goals?
Yeah, I do. I tend to have, I'd say, pretty good memory of my goals. And obviously it's quite fresh in my mind because I've seen it again today. But as I say, we were 2-2, and I think we gave the ball away, and it looked like they were going to go and score. And then we've got back and recovered the ball, and I think it was Ross McCory at the time, who's now gone back to Rangers, rescued the ball back and set Tom Naylor on his way. And I just remember making a run because I thought he was going to slide me in on goal, and he switched it out to Ronan, and I was obviously still in the box, and a great touch and a great ball from Ronan Curtis, and I just tried heading it on target, heading it down like you're taught to do, really. And it's sort of weren't one of my greatest headers, but it bounced and it went in, and yeah, it was just some feeling. It was I was saying to the lads on the pitch, I was saying, there's going to be another chance. There's going to be another chance. You've got to believe there's going to be another opportunity in this game. So we do need to just make sure that if it come our way, that we took it, and it fell to me and I was able to take it gladly.
But coming back to your career, you've had obviously the highs and lows throughout it. I mean, the 2 playoff semi-final defeats in a row most recently. How much do defeats like that motivate you for games like this, or for finals where everything's at stake?
Yeah, obviously you you look back on your career and you're going to look at highs and lows throughout the whole thing. But as you say, in more recent times, 2 semi-final playoff losses on penalties is, it's the next step that we want to get past. I've never played at Wembley. I got to the FA Cup semi-final with Millwall and I didn't make the squad for the day. So I wasn't involved in the 18. So it's an experience that I'm looking forward to. It's the National Stadium. To walk out of Wembley is going to be a special moment for me and my family, and a part of my career that I won't forget. And I want to make sure it's not forgetting for the right reason, so that I can come home with a medal around my neck, a winner's medal. And if I can score as well, that'll be an added bonus. But you got to just be prepared for these big games. These are the moments you live for as players. The big pressure games where it's a one-off game, and it's going to be us against Salford on the day, and whoever performs the best is going to win. And that's what cup finals come down to. Everything that you've done before this kind of goes out the window. And with the situation we're in, where it's a year down the line, the players have changed. We're probably without maybe 3 or 4 people that started that game. Salford will be in a similar position, so that's slightly different. But all of our hard work that we've done last season to get to this final, we want to make sure that we can try to finish the job off and get a win.
Coming back to you though, as well. I mean, like we mentioned, you've played for Kenny, of course, but you've played some other great managers in your career as well, the likes of Chris Wilder, Neil Harris. Do you take something from all those managers into your game now?
Yeah, definitely. As you say, I'm well travelled in the way that I've had quite a few loan spells as well. So I've played for a lot of different managers, and you kind of just learn a lot about yourself, and you learn a lot about the opinions of different managers, and what managers can do for you, and how they can get the best out of you, and how they think the best way is to get that out of you. And obviously, as you mentioned, Chris Wilder's gone on to do fantastic things at Sheffield United, and you could always see that his ideas, no matter what level he was at, whether it was League Two or the Conference, League One, he's worked his way up, and he's adapted, and he's found a way that now suits Sheffield United. And albeit they're not having the greatest of seasons at the moment, the way that they play is obviously worked, because it's got them from League One to the Premier League, and his recruitment's always been good. And you're looking at Doncaster Rovers. I had Darren Ferguson and Grant McCann, who've done so much for my career, sort of on and off the pitch. They turned me into a man, developed my game, sort of realised what I'm good at and where my strengths are, and just told me to keep working on them. And even sort of my time at Gillingham, the late Justin Edinburgh played a massive part of my career, and that really refired my career. Really, I've been at Cheltenham the start of that season, not really played as much as I would have liked to, not have scored as many goals as I would like to, and then took a gamble on me to come to Gillingham in League One, and done well, and obviously scored some goals there, and sort of relit my fire in my career, and got me back scoring goals, which sort of ever since that loan move at Gillingham I've been able to do. So there's so many different managers that have all played their part, and I've said before, I've thanked, and I will obviously thank them again for the part they've played, because every single manager I've played under has helped me develop in some sort of way, either it be on the pitch or mentally off the pitch, how to prepare myself better.
Yeah, and you mentioned Doncaster there, and obviously that was a club where you really did have a fantastic breakthrough, didn't you, in terms of the promotion and the years that came after that in terms of scoring goals in League One. How highly do you regard that experience in your career at that football club? Yeah,
it was, as silly as it sounds, it was life-changing for me, really, because as I say before, I was at Millwall. I was never really one for sort of sitting around and not playing. I always wanted to play games of football. I always felt the best thing for me was to play football, and that would help me develop, whether it was a good loan spell or a bad loan spell. I always knew that playing games would be the best way to get the best out of me and to learn about myself as a player. And when my time at Millwall come to an end, my sort of last 4 months of that season was obviously at Northampton, where we won League Two. And I knew I just needed to find a new home where I'd go in and I'd feel wanted, and I'd feel like I'd be able to develop my career and kick on again, because I'd done pretty well at Northampton, helped them get over the line to obviously win the league. And I just, as soon as I met Darren Ferguson, it was obviously Doncaster, which was a long way away from where I was based at the time. But I thought, on and off the pitch, it's a new chapter. I can go concentrate on my football. I haven't got sort of the distractions of being near home. I can just go have a new focus. My now fiance moved up with me, moved in together for the first time. It was on and off the pitch. It sort of changed my life, really, in terms of it got me playing some of the best football of my career, coming in the better years of me coming up now. And it's also helped with off the pitch. Obviously, I've now had 2 children since that move, and one of them was born in Doncaster. So it's a place that's always going to hold fond memories for me. And as I say, I scored a lot of goals there and made some great memories along the way. And Doncaster is a great club with some really good people there, and I wish them all the success. But it was definitely a moment in my life where I realised that I sort of turned from a boy to a man, and I started fulfilling my potential that I believed I've always had in me.
You mentioned there your children as well. How has that changed your perspective on your life, having two young girls now, as you say?
Yeah, massively. As I say, I've always been, my family is a big part of me anyway, but even before I had children. So I haven't got the biggest family, but the family I do have left, we're very tight knit. And same with my fiance's family, it's very tight knit. Always when we was allowed to be, and when it was possible, we'd always get together and do things together. And it keeps you happy, really. There's no point coming into football if you're not off the pitch, you're not happy. And I can leave football happy, I can go home and I've got a happy house to go back to. And as I say, with my kids now, obviously keeping me very busy in this lockdown, with the ages that they are. But it's also helped me a lot over the last year since this pandemic's happened to spend a lot more time at home and give them more attention than I already do, and help them develop more than maybe when the season is in full swing and you're traveling a lot and things like that. It gave me a good opportunity. So I do take the positives out of the last year, and it's helped me, as I say, grow up even more than I already have. And I am getting a little bit older now. I'm 28, turning 29 in May. So I've grown up a lot over the last 4 or 5 years, and moving away to Doncaster and then having children on top of that, it's definitely helped that.
And coming to your opponents, obviously, a year in the waiting to play Salford, what's the challenge going to be like to face them? Obviously, a club, it's well documented in terms of their success and the financial backing in terms of the class of 92. Is that maybe sort of like something to be wary of from your point of view, that they are a threat?
Yeah, definitely. We're not looking at it that we're Portsmouth and we're in League One, and they're Salford and they're in League Two, and that we're just going to expect to turn up and win. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to be at our best if we want to have any chance of getting a result. They've changed some players. They've changed their manager since obviously last year, but they're a good side. And as you say, they're backed off the pitch, which can only give them a certain amount of success. But it's down to the players that they have and the manager that they have, that they're doing so well again this season, because they've got good players there. They've got a good manager. They play football with a good style of play. And we know that we're going to have to be at it in the final to have any sort of chance of getting a result. And we don't want there to be an upset. We know we're going to have to be at our best. And again, for like myself, a lot of the Salford players, it might be their first time and only opportunity to play at Wembley, and you want to come away from there with good memories. So by no means we think we're just going to turn up and expect to win. We're going to have to be at our best, and and I'm expecting a good match, because I think some of the players they've got there have got higher league experience, and they're obviously playing for a team that's doing well in League Two at the right end of the table. So they've got that winning mentality this season, like we do. So neither team's going to be wanting to lose on the day.
And finally, you've already touched on this, but like we said at the start of the interview, you scored the winner in the semis. The winner in the final would be the dream, surely, for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that it wouldn't be. I'd happily, I'd take a 1-0 with me scoring, no problem. But again, it's going to be a good occasion. Me scoring is not the be all and end all. I'd much rather come home with a winner's medal and obviously get our hands on the trophy. But hopefully I can play and I can get some opportunities. And I believe if opportunities come my way, I'll be able to take at least one of them. And as I say, scoring at Wembley is probably a childhood dream for a lot of people. And I know it won't be in an England shirt, but it'll be in a Portsmouth shirt, hopefully. But it's a memory that, if I can score a goal at Wembley and help us win the trophy, whatever competition it's in, it's definitely going to be one of the highlights of my career.
Thanks for your time, John, and good luck in the final.
Thank you very much. Cheers.